Otherwise, what do? We're looking at everybody else who's the source of our problems. And we never look at ourselves. And so we're always running to somebody else to heal me. And that's the one thing that, I have a lot of problem with in religion. It's always look to somebody else to heal you. And in Jesus, what did he say? He said, physician, heal yourself. Because it's within you where the problem is. It's not somebody else doing it. And the problem is healed by understanding Aquarius. The problem is healed by understanding Exodus and moving out of the bondage of the mind. And what does it require of you? It requires of you that you discipline yourself in your meditation. Is the mind the enemy? This is one thing. If you have the Bible, then you should open the Bible and see where does all the source of the problems come from. Romans 8, verse 7, page 924 if you have one. Romans chapter 8 and verse 7. And what does it say? It says in Romans chapter 8, verse 7, the carnal mind is enmity against God. It is not subject to the law of God, neither can it be. There's your problem. That's it. And this is the point. The electromagnetic fields of Aquarius impact the mind in a different way than Pisces. And so they start stimulating the mind, and the mind changes. In the same way, if you attach a little electrode to a mouse's head, it'll start chasing a cat around, if you throw a switch. This thing triggers the mind, and people start acting differently. I saw a TV show the other night. I was doing a Halloween show, and they had goblins, and people were seeing ghosts and all of this stuff. And they had a scientist on. The scientist said, well, I am not given to believe in ghosts, but I'll tell you this much. There are electromagnetic fields, and these electromagnetic fields do impact on the mind, the brain. Indeed, they do, and as they start to find out just how much, they'll all be in a shock, because this is the source of things, and this is the way that the human mind is connected to that which is the bosom, if you would, of God through the electromagnetic fields. Okay? So Romans 8:7 says the mind is the problem. And of course the mind is split into two sides, the left and the right hemisphere, which is the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. And what does Jesus say that you got to do? Cast your net to the right side. Cast your net to the right side and you will find. Now, you can get into many occult things as to what prophecies, but I've read some prophecies of what is supposedly to come during the Aquarian age, and I think it's interesting that the ancients prophesied that people will eventually meet on the physical plane, but prior to that will meet on the spiritual plane. In their meditations and their vibrations, they will unite and see each other. It's amazing to me to think that sometimes as I have meditated, I have actually seen human faces of people that I have no knowledge of ever seen before. I remember one time in this meditation, I actually saw people sitting in a hall. And I could make out the type of clothes they had on. I could make out the type of hairdos the women. It was amazing. It was just like I had intruded on this thing. But then I thought, well, is this wild? Somebody in that dimension, those people are meditating and seeing us. I wonder who that is. Why? Because now you've moved in a frequency of the mind into a different frequency, and you're starting to see things that you normally can't see. One of the things that I think in the prophecy of Aquarius that's going to be beautiful is that people will not dwell on race or nationality, because it's an individual thing. When you start saying, are you a Jew, or are you a Protestant, or are you a Catholic, or are you a Buddhist, or are you Italian, or are you German, or are you Filipino, the slate gets wiped off, and everybody is nothing. There is nothing. There is just people, human beings, people. That's Aquarius. You are what you are because you are an individual human being. It has no regard. We have built our whole tribal mentality on the basis of what tribe you were born to, which has nothing to do with you at all. It's an accident. You're part of this tribe because you plopped out somewhere in some hospital. What did you have to do with it? I'm proud to be an American. What did you have to do with this? You plopped there. There you were. You could have plopped into some Swahili desert somewhere and say, I'm proud to be a Swahili. What are you going to say about it? Right. So then we get to the point where everybody, animal, human, nature, is one. And that's the part of Aquarius. No race, no group, no chosen people, obviously, other than that we know are those who camp on the right side. And that's what the chosen people will be. God's chosen people then in Aquarius will not be a race or a nationality, but power will be vested in the heart. Power will be vested in the heart, and humanity will be recognized as chosen. I sometimes wish, you know, we were very close this morning to, I don't know if you could sense it, but I thought we were very close to touching. I'm even thinking maybe next, and I'm not saying this to get people to come here because there's just, you know, so few here, but I'm even thinking maybe next Sunday. You know, I just have a feeling about it. Because we go to the Red Sea Sunday. And I felt we came very close to a touch this morning, and maybe when the Red Sea parts next Sunday, it'll be something.